Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mount Diablo Unified School District Virtual College Fair. We're so very excited to have you guys participating in this event this evening. We do have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Clarissa Miller, and I will be your facilitator for this evening. Before we get started, there are a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. There's also a Q&A button on your screen as well if you'd like to ask questions at any time to our presenters. If you also have a question for a specific college, be sure to mention that college within your question as well. This is also just one of many sessions happening today, so be sure to go out to the schedule on the website to see what other schools are presenting this evening. This presentation is also being recorded. It will be available at strivescan.com/MDUSD once we are finished. Now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Aron Solorio from Sonoma State University.
Right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right, so hi everybody. Like mentioned, my name is Aron Solorio. I am one of the recruitment counselors here at Sonoma State University. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for being present here today. So why Sonoma State University? Well, to start off, we were established in 1961 and we're located in Rohnert Park, California. For those that may not be familiar, Rohnert Park, California is located about an hour north of San Francisco. And we are one of the smaller CSU campus throughout the 23 CSU systems with a student population of about 7,800 students. And our SSU mascot is the mythical creature, the sea wolf. We do have more than 200 student organizations on campus, ranging from fraternities, sororities, to other organizations that focus on academics, cultural, spiritual, and athletics as well. Now, just SSU by the numbers. So we are ranked #1 in two-year graduation rates for transfers, and we're ranked #4 for freshman four-year graduation within the CSU system. According to Niche, we have the #1 best housing in the CSU system, and we're ranked #3 for the most amazing campus arts center. If you're ever in the Sonoma County area, please come visit the Green Music Center. As of recently, we started doing live shows again, just with various and diverse artists performing. And we do have a 23-to-1 student to faculty ratio. In regards to academic opportunities, we have more than 45 majors with 7 distinct concentrations. And some of the popular majors on campus are business administration, psychology, early childhood education, kinesiology, sociology, liberal studies, and nursing. We also offer undergraduate research for anybody that's considering graduate school after earning your bachelor's. I definitely recommend that you tap into the undergraduate research opportunities that we have on campus. And in addition to that, we have more than 64 study abroad programs on 6 different continents. And we are ranked #5 in US for study abroad, our study abroad program. If anybody is interested in on-campus housing, we have 6 residential villages, both suite and apartment styles with living learning communities. And what I like about the living learning communities is that, for first year freshmen, you're able to build that community amongst other students that you identify with to really hone in your to get acclimated with the campus academics and really take advantage of everything Sonoma State has to offer you. We do have guaranteed housing for first year and transfer students, and about 90% of our first year students do choose to live on campus. Some of the resources that we have on campus consist of academic advising. This is useful, just to make sure that you're taking the right classes each semester to ensure that you're on your pathway to graduation. We also have Center for Transfer and Transition Programs for our transfer students, the Dream Center for our undocumented students, the Educational Opportunity Program, also known as EOP, for our first generation and low income students. The Hub is our cultural center located on campus, and within the Learning and Academic Resource Center, also known as the LARC, we have our tutorial and our writing center. We also have Military and Veteran Resource Center, along with Huerta, which is for Latinx students on campus that are interested in becoming future teachers. And along with that, we have Seawolf Scholars for former and current foster youth. Now, just a little overview of the admissions to the SSU system. For first-time, first-year students, you just want to make sure that you're a high school graduate, that you're meeting your A through G requirements with the C- or better. That's a 2.5 GPA. Now, for anybody that falls within a 2.0 and a 2.49 GPA, you will be using admissions will be using the multi-factor score system. And what that consists of is they'll take into consider other factors that may impact that GPA, such as, for example, if you're first generation, if you're low income, if you're involved in extracurricular activities outside of campus, amongst other things. And then just take note that if you're applying for an impacted major, just go to our website to ensure that you're meeting the requirements for impacted majors. Some of them may have, higher GPA requirements, or just may need additional documentations. And we also have a good demographics of transfer students. And for anybody that does decide to go through the community college system, we have lower division transfers and upper divisions. They're similar in some sense, in the sense that, the GPA 2.0, you have to have good standing at your last institution. You meet the current admission criteria for lower division transfers, that's meaning your A through Gs. And for upper division, the main thing to know is just to complete your golden 4, which are your oral communication, written communication, critical thinking, and general education and math. Now, prospective steps to enrollment. So the application opens up on October 1st and it closes November 30th. Our SSU scholarship is due on February 1st. Make sure to complete your FAFSA, your California Dream Act, by March 2nd. My apologies. Our admission decisions and from December to March. And once you create your application, you'll have a My SSU to-do list, and that's where you can submit your $50 ERD to reserve your spot. Our Seawolf decision day is in April. Final admissions and housing decisions are finalized by May 1st, and final transcripts are due by July 10th. And more than anything, feel free to scan the QR code to fill out an inquiry form, and feel free to take a picture of Office of Admission contacts, financial aid contact, housing contacts, and of course, our Student Outreach and Recruitment Office. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have Chelsea with Humboldt State University.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Let me just start the presentation. Perfect. So my name is Chelsea, and I am from the Humboldt State University, which is another one of our campuses in the California State University system. We are the northernmost campus, so where that big purple star is near the top of the state, that's where we're located. We're like a 5-6 hour drive north of the bay, depending on traffic, how fast you drive, all that great stuff. But we do currently have around 6,000 students. So we are a nice small to medium sized school. It allows us to have really small class sizes. Right now we have 21 students to 1 professor. We do have 48 different majors, 69 minors, 180 concentrations, as well as some grad and credential programs as well. We split all of our programs up into what we call colleges. So we have 3 of them. And the first college is the College of Professional Studies. This is going to be programs such as education, which was our very first major, business, kinesiology. And you can see from all these pictures that you really get a lot of hands-on experience when you are in our programs. You're going to be in the kinesiology lab, or you're going to be, if you're in wildlife, which is one of our other really popular majors in the College of Natural Resources and Sciences, you're going to be getting to hold animals. Your oceanography students get to go out in the ocean. Chemistry students get to be in the lab. So again, these are just a few of our many programs that we have. And then the last college is the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. And this is going to be things like theater, art, English, anthropology. So again, those are only a few of the programs, but we really do pride ourselves on having hands-on and one-on-one attention with the professors. I definitely recommend you get on our website and explore the different majors that we have. For campus life, we do have a pretty robust campus life with 180 plus clubs, students, organizations. We are Division II for athletics, and we, as well as having intramural and club sports. So there's a little bit of everything for anybody as far as, what level of, whether you want to be an athletic supporter or, maybe you've never played a sport before, but you want to get to try it out. As well as we do have different events going on all the time. And we just have a brand new, I wish I had pictures of it to show you, but get on our website and check it out. Our Student Activity Center it's brand new. It has a movie theater. It has pool tables, ping pong tables, study spaces with huge whiteboards that students can get in and have group study sessions. So there's definitely lots of new and exciting things happening on campus, as well as you get to live in a beautiful area. If you do decide to come to Humboldt, we have trees like this right on campus and that are used as an outdoor classroom, but are also a really great place to just hang out and be in nature. And we are about 10 minutes away from the nearest beach as well. So this is one of my favorite beaches, but there are so many. You can go tide pooling, surfing, kayaking. So definitely, if you are an outdoorsy person, this could be a really awesome spot for you. We also, the Center Activities does rent out gear for super cheap to students so you don't have to bring your tent or things like that to campus, right? You don't have room for that in your residence hall. So and yeah, Fern Canyon is one of the really awesome places to go hiking. Part of Jurassic Park was filmed here, which is pretty cool. So those are just a couple of examples of different places that you would get to explore in the area. Very similar to Sonoma, we are right now using the eligibility index is pretty similar as far as using, instead of test scores, because of the pandemic, we are using other factors. So tests aren't going to be required. If for whatever reason you did take the SATs or ACTs, still send them to us and we'll put them as far as helping us place you in classes. But we do a 2.5 and higher is automatic, and then below a 2.5 but above a 2.0, you will we'll look at things of if you are participating in AVID or other after school activities, veteran status, military. There's a huge long list of different criteria that we will consider. And of course, you do have to graduate high school, but I know everyone watching this presentation is going to do that with flying colors, as well as passing all those college prep classes with a C- or higher. And the website on the bottom of this page is that Cal State Apply. The application does open really soon on October 1st. So I definitely recommend that you apply sooner rather than later. And we're super flexible with transfer students as well. I'm not going to get into this today because but I am always happy to talk to students about what that would look like if they do decide to go to community college first and then transfer to us. And I definitely recommend you take a picture of this and check us out on social media. Humboldt Admissions is, it's on a bit of a pause right now, but we are, it is student run. So hopefully we'll get it back soon. And yeah, take a picture of this as well. And I think I'm just about out of time, but I do appreciate you guys all, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you so much for that presentation. According to our agenda, the next school was be Cal Poly Pomona. Unfortunately, they were unable to be here this evening, so they have asked that all interested students go directly to their website and contact them directly with any questions you may have about their institution. So we will move forward and go up with California State University, Stanislaus.
Thank you so much for that introduction. So I'll go ahead and get started. All right, so Stan State is widely recognized for its dedicated faculty, and high quality academic programs. So many of our faculty are active in research and continuously adding to academia. Regardless of what you decide to study, you'll be taught by experts in the field. And our professors are here to stay because they are really committed to helping students who may be the first in their families to go to college. So they know who Stan State students are, and they choose to be a part of our community in order to help those students really achieve in success, because we are an institution that has at least 75% of first-gen students. So with that being said, we have 44 majors, 44 minors, and over 100 different areas of concentrations. And all of our academic majors are housed under 4 academic colleges, including the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Some of our more popular programs in this particular college include criminal justice. We're one of 2 CSUs to offer a concentration in forensic science. And we're the only program in the state of California to offer a concentration in juvenile justice, also under the criminal justice major. The university has always recognized the value of agriculture in our region, in our community, and a part of the lives of many of our students. So students interested in preserving the vital farmland resources that the Central Valley has can now earn a degree in agriculture. And we also have another popular program, our geography program. If you love the outdoors, you can get a job studying earth, right? Petroleum, for example, anytime they're going to do any sort of digging, they have to do a geography assessment, and only a licensed geographer can do that. So, these are high demand jobs that we're preparing our students for. And in some cases, our students are getting high demand or high paying jobs in and outside the state. Next up, we have the College of Business. So we have an accreditation that only the top 5% of business schools receive worldwide. And that's all that to say is that we have the stamp of approval, right? That our academic standards are meeting the business quality for our students. We're proud to offer our business majors a student success center specifically dedicated to the business majors. We have several different concentrations, even though we only have 1 undergraduate degree for business administration. So depending on where your interests lie. And most of the times the College of Business, the Student Success Center, students have access to academic advising, career preparation activities, access to events such as Meet the Firms Night, where the College of Business will bring in regional employers to connect with our students so they can learn more about careers, network, get internship and employment opportunities. So these, yes.
Your slides aren't moving.
Oh, so sorry about that. Let me exit out of this. I'll kind of just go from here then. Are you able to see the slide right over here?
There we go, we can now.
Okay, all right. So sorry about that, but I'll move forward. We are in the College of Education, Kinesiology, and Social Work now. So within this major, our most popular program is Liberal Studies. We have, and the very first courses that were taught here at Stan State were Liberal Studies courses for those students who wanted to become teachers. Since then, the program has grown into several different credential options, including an integrated liberal studies program where students can earn not only their bachelor's level degree, but their teaching credential all within 4 years. And I don't know what you students are, what your knowledge base is, but when I was going to school, I didn't realize that in order to become a teacher, not only do you have to earn your bachelor's level degree, but you also have to earn a teaching credential, which usually happens after you earn your bachelor's. So this is a great opportunity to go directly into the teaching profession right after you finish your 4 years. We also, of course, have our kinesiology program. It's a fancy way of stating the study of body mechanics. So essentially, we offer a Bachelor of Arts as well as a Bachelor of Science if you're interested. And then lastly, we have the College of Science. So our most popular programs here include biology. We have a pre-health track that's under the umbrella of the biology program. So that would ensure that you work with our faculty members, right? Your teachers, to ensure that you take all of the prerequisites necessary if you're looking to attend a school of medicine, school of dentistry, veterinary, optometry, podiatry, that sort of thing. You'll work with our faculty to ensure that you take all the prerequisites necessary to get into professional school once you finish here at Stan State. And of course, we have our only impacted program, which is nursing, in which there's higher criteria to meet in order to get into that program. It's our only impacted program. So students have to meet certain criteria. Please check out our nursing website for that information. But if you're interested in joining the Warrior community, we highly encourage you to submit an application. Our requirements for admission for our high school students is we're looking to see that you graduate from a high school with a 2.5 GPA in all of your A through G coursework. We are not requiring SAT or ACT test scores for this fall 2022 admission cycle. And anybody below a 2.5, we are also using the multi-factor metric system. So that's based on a number of factors. But it looks like I'm running out of time. So thank you so much for allowing us to participate.
Thank you very much for that presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you guys have questions for any of the colleges you're hearing from today, definitely don't hesitate to put those in the Q&A down below. Up next, UC Santa Cruz.
Hello, let me just share my screen real quick. All right, and get that in presentation mode. I apologize, I am a little rusty on this. So my name is Judy Nguyen. I am a senior evaluator at UC Santa Cruz. I'm actually stepping in for my colleague, Akna Khan, who could not be here today, but she would be your normal representative. And she's just amazing. So being a senior evaluator, please forgive me, it means that I'm usually spend most of my time doing looking at transcripts and things rather than talking to real live people. So the last time I was doing a webinar and I was on camera, I kind of spit water all down my front. So let's hope that doesn't. So I'm gonna go real quick, give you an introduction to UC Santa Cruz and let's see how fast I can go. So UC Santa Cruz is part of a larger UC system, and the UCs all share common mission, which includes, we are a teaching institution, obviously, so we are a school that will teach our students, but we are also a research institution. And a lot of students will hear, when they ask what the difference between the UC system and another school system is, and they hear that we're a research system, not everybody quite knows what that means. So I'm going to go into that a little bit. And then not only that, but we are a public school institution. So that also means that everything that we do in our at the UC, we actually do it for the greater good and dedication to serving the public, serving California and serving the world pretty much. So a research institution, really quickly, is a school where all our professors actually have two jobs. The first job is to teach our students, but the second job is, along with teaching, they also have to be doing some sort of active research or project to add new knowledge to our, greater pool of knowledge. So there will be active projects going on, inventions going on in all of the disciplines. So when you hear, research, people tend to think of STEM, but there's also humanities research going on out there. For example, I believe one of our lit professors just won an award, and she did a research project gathering all the oral histories from Japanese internment camp survivors. So without that kind of research, that kind of knowledge would be lost to the world forever if we don't gather that together before those people go away. So, and the fact that our school is mostly undergraduate students means that the team of researchers will be students such as yourselves that will be assisting these teachers. So that is sort of an amazing opportunity that is unique to the UC system and very unique to UC Santa Cruz just because of the sheer size of our population. Okay. So UC Santa Cruz, in case you're not familiar with us, we're pretty much smack dab right in the middle of California, where our city is located on the coast, but our school is about 1.5 miles up. So our back is to the redwoods, but we have an entire view of the bay, and you can actually see Monterey across the bay on clear days. So we have sort of the best of both worlds with forest and ocean all in one. As opposed to the second smallest campus, that's only population wise, whereas you know, land wise, we sit on 2,000 acres, but only half of that is developed. The other half is protected meadow and forest land. So we have 69 majors right now, and 69 majors and 39 minors. So each year we kind of think about adding, you know, working on adding new majors where it's needed. We have, you know, democracy, education, justice was one of the newest one that was just added. Black studies minors, very exciting, was just added this past year. And then like 2 years ago, we had critical race and ethnic studies because it was a big hot topic just in general. And you know, we didn't have a major to address all the issues that were going on in the world. So it's pretty exciting, some of the things that come to light and, you know, become available for students to study. So we do also have a college system. It is a residential college system. So students always ask, you know, what makes your residential college system different from, like, you know, San Diego's or something like that. And our college system, I think of it as little neighborhoods within a city. So it has nothing to do with your major, but it helps you create sort of like a community, a smaller community, so that you can interact with each other and interact with your advisors and professors like more closely. And it's also the same cohort that, you know, you will be graduating with, and it's where your home base is on campus. So these are just a few of the names of companies that regularly employ the majority of our graduates. It's sort of just like, I guess, bragging. I'm not exactly, somebody else made this presentation, okay, so I'm just putting it out there. But not just STEM majors get recruited to these companies. I worked with a student recently who was volunteering, and he was a literature major, and, you know, interned at Google, or no, I'm sorry. Yes, it was Google. He interned at Google for something. And then when he graduated with an English language literature degree, he ended up like being hired full time into the marketing department at Google. So it's all different majors. Our students are actually very much, you know, sought after by a lot of different companies. Am I running out of time? I'm sorry, I don't see the chat. So I do see your face, so just let me know. Okay, so the minimum requirements, and if I don't get through all of this, hopefully Crandalyn will, because she is also from the UC system, as A through G requirements, which are very similar to the graduation requirements. So if you're on set to graduate, most likely you are also on track to be eligible to apply to the UC system as well. As for grade point average, we look at the weighted grade points. So if you're taking honors courses, AP or IB, we will take those honors weights into when we're calculating your GPA. And your GPA comes from your 10th and 11th grade only. So if you screwed up on your 9th grade, totally okay. We know it's like a transitional year. Just as long as you actually passed all the courses you need to pass, it won't count towards your GPA. And then these are the 13 criteria we look at when we're looking at applications. I wish there was an easy formula to tell you what you needed to do in order to be admitted to the UC system. Unfortunately, and fortunately, it is a little bit more complex. We want to look at students as a whole rather than just one facet. We know students just have really different facets to their personality. So these are just the 13 things that we look at when we're looking at applications. Notice that test scores are not on there anymore. That used to be the 14th criteria, but we are no longer looking at SAT or ACT tests. So these 13 approved criteria, it's part of a system called comprehensive review, which just means that we look at a number of different areas rather than just GPA or just coursework. And then these personal insight questions, I have done whole workshops on these, and honestly, they people stress out more than they should on these. They don't warrant that much stress. They are just simply questions. We do not ding you on grammatical error or, punctuation marks, but do look at it like a speed bump, where if you're, taking a nice drive, every one of those errors is like a speed bump. You hit too many speed bumps, you're not going to enjoy the ride. So, you'll want to use your spell check and everything, but don't stress out about using big words or anything. Use your own voice, answer it directly. Don't, make stories. It's not an English project. Don't do poetry or creative writing. Just answer it directly like you were talking to somebody who's sitting across the table from you. And the most important tip, I have to say, the most memorable ones are the ones that students use their own voice and are genuine. I read tens of thousands of these things. I can always tell when a student is not using their own voice or trying to sound different than how they usually are. So that is the number one tip. And UC system has a very robust financial aid package. So about 80% of the students at UC Santa Cruz actually receive some sort of aid. So even if you're unsure if you're eligible for any type of financial aid, fill out the FAFSA anyways, because it's a free application. It won't cost you anything except for a couple of hours of your life. So, what is that as opposed to, if you happen to get some sort of gift aid? And then a lot of times for scholarships, scholarship organizations will also use the FAFSA information as well. So it's definitely worth it to do that. I believe that is it for me. And these are some of our social media links. And then in the chat, I will put the email of Akna, so that you can contact her if you have any questions at all. And honestly, we're such a small knit office. You can contact any of us if you can't get in contact with whoever it is you're looking for, and we will always send you to the right person. I will put mine down as well in case you want to ask me questions. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks, Judy. Up next, we have University of California, Irvine.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So if you haven't already looked at the chat, I put some links both for UC Santa Cruz and our comprehensive review and our admission requirements, because I actually don't, mine is a really quick overview. And so I'm actually not going to be talking about the admission or the remission requirements in robust, in detail, but I think Julie did a great presentation on that. Our requirements are the same for all of our UC campuses. And then I'll also drop in UC Irvine's admission website after I'm done with the presentation. So hi, everyone. I am the last person to present, and I'll be presenting on UC Irvine. So a little bit about UC Irvine. This is just an overview of some of our rankings that we have. We've been top 10 as the best public university by US News Report for several years now. So keep that in mind as well. We're ranked #1 as the best college for best value. So pretty much you're getting your money's worth when you're coming to UC Irvine. And then these are some of our other rankings. In terms of our numbers on campus, we have a little under 30,000 students in comparison to our graduate student enrollment. So we are undergraduate focused campus. Many of our UC campuses are going to be undergraduate focused, which means that we have a significantly higher amount of undergraduate students. So when it comes to research and internships and opportunities such as that, undergraduate students really have priority over that. We have a very high one-year retention rate. So over 94% of our students after the first year at UC Irvine is going on and moving to their second year and eventually matriculating into UC Irvine. And then you can see our graduation rates here. Our 6-year graduation rate is actually significantly higher than the national average of 61%. So where exactly is UC Irvine located? We're actually located in Orange County. So for all my parents and students in the presentation right now, we are about approximately 6 hours south of you all, in the city of Orange County, in the city of Irvine. We have, the city of Irvine has actually been ranked as the safest city for 15 years now by the FBI, and we're also a campus that is close to the beach. So we're about 10 minutes away from the Pacific coast. This is a nice, really cute cartoon shot of our main campus. Things to keep in mind is that we are shaped in a circle. This is intentional in that we really take pride in community and collaboration. Even though we have almost 30,000 students, we really take pride in having a small community-like feel. And so our campus is actually built in that same capacity as well. In the middle of our campus is a 21-acre park that sets us apart from many other universities, as well as our sister campuses at UC Irvine, or our sister campuses in the UC system, sorry. And that not too many campuses have a 21-acre public park in the middle of their campus. In terms of alumni success, similar to what Judy mentioned, a lot of those same companies are also seeking and sought out our UC Irvine students as well. The really cool thing about where UC Irvine is located is that actually in Orange County, in the city of Irvine, 1/3 of all Fortune 500 companies are actually in the Orange County area. And some of these companies, such as Google, such as Blizzard, are within 10 minutes away from UC Irvine's campus. And so Orange County is actually being known as a Silicon Beach for the same reasons why we have the Silicon Valley, where Judy is located at. So keep in mind that students are coming to the UC system, they're being sought after by these companies, and some of our students are actually getting full-time jobs before they even graduate at UC Irvine. I am a product of UCI, I'm an alum of UCI, and I have seen personal friends that have received job offers, and all they had to do was simply graduate. When it comes to inclusiveness and diversity, we really want to make sure that students are coming to UCI and feeling like they belong on campus and are able to thrive. So one thing to keep in mind is that UC Irvine is an ANAPZ institution. So simply that is the Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institution. We are also an Hispanic serving institution. And then for the past year, we're actually doing a really good job of launching our Black Thriving Initiative, which is to combat anti-Blackness, not only on campus, but in our local communities as well. And this is a top-down approach, making sure that faculty, staff, students that are identifying as Black or African American are able to be inclusive and thrive on UCI's campus. We also have a large first generation population at Irvine, so we do have a institution and initiative relating our first gen. About 40%, a little over 40% of our students are first generation. When it comes to the academic side, we are actually on this call the only UC campus that is not a college system. So we actually have 14 academic schools. We have over 80 majors and over 70 minors. We are the only UC that have our own information computer science school. And we're also one of the 2 UC campuses that also offers nursing science. Just like our partners at the CSU system, our nursing science is also a very competitive major as well. These are some of our other notable and unique majors that I just want to highlight. Again, we have selective majors, but our super selective ones, our highly selective ones, is our nursing science, business administration, psychology, and our game design and interactive media. When it comes to academic resources, we're pretty similar to our other universities on the call in that we do offer academic counseling for students to make sure that they are thriving and able to get their educational kind of planning for UCI taken care of and sought after. And then like Julie mentioned, we are also eat, breathe, sleep researchers in our DNA. So over 73% of our students are participating in research before they even graduate. And we do have a undergraduate research opportunities program, also known as UROP, at UC Irvine, where this is also another opportunity for students to get funded in their research and to present their research and even get it published at the conclusion of their research. In terms of getting involved, we have over 600 clubs on campus. They all range between professional, special interest, academic. We also have fraternities and sororities on campus. We just, we are going back to school, so students are actually on our campus. And so our Anteater Involvement Fair actually went back to being in person in our park. During the pandemic, it was sought after, it was happening virtually. And then the last thing that I just want to mention, so it's great timing that Carissa is back on the line, is that a way to contact us. So we have two ways to contact: online and through email. So we actually have a chat bot, which is really live people like myself and the admissions counselor able to talk to you Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then you can always email us as well. So when you email us, it actually gets sent to your admissions counselor. And so with that being said, this concludes my presentation right on time. So I'm going to stop sharing and pass it back over to Carissa.
All right, everybody, we are almost at time for the end of our session. So I would like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback you can provide to us. We also encourage you to go back and check the schedule and sign up for more sessions, as there are 2 more hours up next of more college info sessions. You'll also be able to find this session's recording as well as any other session recordings from tonight at strivescan.com/MDUSD. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.